Hey everybody, this is HaviYTR, and this is my first official video on the channel that's not live streaming because I did that a couple of times. Well, today we're going to be making a setup, and I have my friend Noodle here to help because he is actually life 100 S plus 100, which is perfect for the video. So we're going to make an S plus 100 setup that should get you all the way up to S plus 1000 pretty easily. And now, I recommend not skipping to at least 750 because you want more items for later on. I know the third sacrifice for minor saving is going to be coming out very soon, so we're making a video about that later today, but today we're just making a life as plus 100 setup. Let's get straight to it. And before I say that, my friend Noodle here. Say hi, Noodle.
Noodle.
He is he be helping me with all my videos that I make for people that are below my level because I'm at S plus 10,000, so I don't want to use whatever I have because I'm not sure what people would have at S plus 10,000 or lower. So let's get straight to it. So the first thing you're gonna need is a Newtonian mine. You're gonna need one or two of them. Just don't put on the corner of the map because we're using the corners to get the base started. So by putting them over here, like this, we'll get a big Bertha. I'll make sure the ore is dropped straight into it, so you always want to look at it like this. It's perfect. And then we're gonna do this would be a shop setup, so we're gonna need to buy. Let's get some cash first. If you have a nature's grip and what to say, a Unia mine, or what Noodle calls Yum Yum mine. This would be great for your starting cash to get QD, which is more than you need. We'll just set this right next to it and let that sit there for a little bit. Now we're gonna buy teleportals. Like 2 of each, just to be safe. Probably buy, I would say about 10 more extra blue teleporters just in case, because you're gonna need that for the later on in the setup. We're gonna teleport this and then start at any corner. Or any side, probably like about here, doesn't matter exactly where. Blue teleporter. If you have a flaming Schrodinger, that will start off here. And then we're gonna do centering conveyors because some of these upgraders are a small beam. So you want to make sure that you can get to that small beam in the center. We're gonna do about 2, so that we're gonna have room for the other teleportal. We're gonna do pink one here. Yeah. Let's actually swap the pink with the blue, actually. Since we already bought them, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna make a pink instead. Doesn't actually matter, you just need to have a bunch of one of the teleporters. So now you have this, we're gonna do... Now, you can add, like, any exotic items, but we don't... This is a non-exotic base. Since we don't want people to have... Like, if, say, you have any of the Easter stuff, that's not fair if some people don't have the Easter stuff because they're too, I'm not gonna say lazy, but that's the right word for it. So we're gonna do Catalyst and then Clockwork. Yeah, Clockwork is the main reason why you want to have center conveyors, because this beam is tiny, and it's only in the center. Then we're gonna do Carrot Village. And then we're gonna do Astral Predictor. Then we're gonna do Mineral Wheel. And then we're gonna do Pizza Blaster. And then we're gonna do a Banana Split Upgrader. And then we're gonna do a Azure Refiner. Now the next part's a little unique. I don't normally do this myself, but it's actually helps with earlier on. We're gonna need to buy a Ore Cannon. So that we can use it for speed, because we don't want to use a ramp. See, and then you want to get the glass butterfly, and you want to angle it just about here. That'll be good, and then you can do into a vortex chamber. Now, this is a little more difficult to use, so you want to try and just like angle it so that it'll go in between, and then you have room for the green tea latte, which you can put about here. Once you move this a little bit so that it'll actually work.
Javi, may I make a comment?
Sure, go ahead.
If you don't have any of these upgrades, it should be okay. Just do as much of it as you can. If for some reason you get unlucky, you should be able to still do the setup. If you
Yeah.
like are missing a split, you should be good still.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting this real quick so that we have some... I'm gonna do a little wall here. Because you see here, so you see, you get most of the ores. This is where a lot of ores will lose if you don't have a wall here. That's why the wall's there. And you also want to place a pulsar down, which you can also buy in the shop, because that will help so that you can do testing at the same time, and so you don't worry about having a ore too high of an ore limit. Also, I'd recommend turning your ore limit down to 125 to 200 because the ores will lag a little bit much if you do. So we're gonna move this entire thing back a little bit so that you have room for other upgraders. See, now your
It's not even.
now you have room for your other upgraders. So now we're gonna do Gate of Eclipse. And then we're gonna do that into a toxic waste disposal. Into a wild spore. Don't mind my spelling, I type very fast. I just don't have patience for this stuff. Now, this is where the setup gets really expensive. So you get the Tesla setter and we're gonna make something real quick. So we're gonna have to buy some more stuff. We're gonna buy a ramp. We're gonna buy 2 ramps. And then replicate 1 by 4. Because you want to guarantee that the ores are all replicated. Ramp. You could do a ore cannon setup here, but I think that this would just be more convenient. So you do about this. You do this here, and you might want to back. Yeah, that should be good. Actually,
Less ore cannons
we're
you
gonna
use,
back
the
this
better.
up. This entire setup 1 block so that we have room for everything. This should work. And then, yep, thank you, Noodle. And then, whichever teleporter you did, we did blue here. But whichever teleporter you used, that you bought more of, you do this. Actually, let's do this, well, actually. This is where you need raised mini conveyors.
Yeah.
What about 4
They should
of
be dirt
those?
cheap.
Oh, yeah, they're dirt cheap.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's not gonna
Should be
matter
good.
as long as you have any setup. So we're gonna do this and this. This and this. And then actually we're gonna fix this right here. We're gonna put the blue teleporter here so they can cycle through. Now normally some people don't realize this, but there's actually one more, we're gonna place an ultimate conveyor here. So that they can go through. These ramps are not necessary, but you can have them there just in case. Now we're gonna do this, we're gonna make this setup one more time. Because we actually have one more item that can be replicated. Now you have to be second sacrifice for this to even work. You have to have the final upgrader. So this is a little bit bigger than I thought, so we're gonna move this.
Although, assuming you don't have the final upgrader, you should still be able to do the setup just with one cycle.
1 cycle will get you, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna move this entire thing back 1 more if you can. Let's see. Moving it back 1 more really shouldn't hurt. Well, actually, we only need 1 centering conveyor, so that really should not be the problem. We're gonna back this up 1 more. We're gonna back this up just about here, and we're gonna do a half conveyor because we want to save as much time as possible. And I might realize this is not my plot of land, because if you do this on my plot of land, it's a lot. I think it's slightly different because I don't want to go through all my items. And now we're gonna do that, and then whatever furnace you have, which you could do the Dreamer's Fright or Might if you have either of those. But I recommend doing Dreamer's Fright since this one has a good chance of giving you more money. Because the Dreamer's Dreamer's might get you like more sustainable money. But the Dreamer's Fright gives you a chance for negative money, and we don't want negative money. So we're gonna just go and now you just wait a minute or two for the setup to work. See, Noodle has already DE without barely doing anything. And I believe that's enough money to rebirth, if I'm correct. For like life 1,000.
That is 3 skips for me right now, so yeah. That's 3 more suffixes.
This is already SP and SX, which is still a lot of money. Like, you can get
Probably may make a comment.
these... Yeah, go ahead.
If you happen to have got the Easter event, furnace for the economy egg, that's a super good furnace for this.
If you have the vault, which is this one right here, use this one instead until you get the Sage Redeemer, which is a life 400 item. Not Sage Redeemer, Nuclear Stronghold. Sage Redeemer I would not recommend using unless you don't have any other furnace. Yeah, don't use the shop furnaces because they're not great, but use the Sage Redeemer if you have to. The Sage Redeemer, you need a lot of upgrade tags for that to work properly, and we don't want to spend too much time. See, if you look at Needle's cache in the upper right hand corner, he makes UD now. And now, you have this one saved, right?
I'm almost positive I do. Yes.
You have this part in it too, the Union Mine and the Nature Script, because you want to have this saved out. You can either do it as 2 separate loadouts, or you can load it once, and then wait for it to get Matt cache, and then load it again. So if Noodle rebirths now, can we rebirth real quick? And now load the setup again. You wait for this to get cache, and then you load it again. Let's see how fast Noodle can get the rebirth too, because this is also a fast setup too. So he's already getting some of the ores through, and he only needs... Wait, what do you need for your cache right now, Noodle? I'm not sure.
3.77 SP.
Yes, see? No, now Noodle can rebirth now, since he's already at 100. But that was 29 seconds for rebirth.
29 seconds.
It's gonna be between, like, 25-ish and 45-ish, depending on how much cash you get. Now, if you can load it up one more time. Now, if you have items like the Statue of Knowledge for helping a player out, which is why I help my friend Noah here all the time, you can add this onto any item like, I think you can add on like the side of conveyors, like that. And any eggxotic, like you have, let's see. Let me see.
I have one. It's a good example.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
this one.
Vaporwave can be added to. And also, I can't show you the other exotics now because Needle unfortunately lost them all when he sacrificed. But there are other items that we have here that are more, like, rare. Like, if you get DD, which you will get in the setup, you can add this Overlord device instead of some of these other upgraders. This would be like
so I'd suggest waiting for... Yeah, I'd suggest waiting for DD for at least one time to rebirth so you guys can get the Overlord device so you can get 10x more.
And if you have contraband items like Nino does from the Molten Forge and the Unstable Conveyor and the Chemical Fire.
And the Chemical Fire.
Yeah, use those if you can. Oh wait, actually, I gotta go in. Exotic. Citrus Enhancer. It's a small upgrade. It's not that big of an upgrader, but it's an exotic you can get from opening a bunch of crates.
Now, the Royal Rabbit is a good one?
Oh yeah, Royal Rabbit too. These are just a bunch of exotics you can get. Now, recommendation, I wouldn't really recommend using the Triangular Ore Cleaner, or, let me see what else he has. The Ore Sawmill, or these ones, because this one's is not even a good chance to upgrade all the ores. This one only cuts it in half, so it's really a 2 times multiplier, which is not great. And you have to wait 5 seconds for this one to even upgrade, or else it'll cut your ores out. But yeah. That's basically it. You can also add the professional upgraders here too, for an extra 40% each, if you really want, but I really wouldn't suggest doing that unless you really want to get more cash. Later on...
Oh, and Big Bunny.
And yeah, Big Bunny is another one too. You just post down the side. I probably recommend putting that right...
Right.
Probably right before...
Probably do.
Very end,
Probably could do it
probably.
right here, copy.
Yeah, probably right here. So there's a chance to upgrade. Now, if you have things like the big bad blaster, I think like Needle does, you can add those too. But maybe make sure like swap the wild spore with like the catalyst or somewhere else, and you can put it like right. Honestly, you can put it right here, right where this conveyor is, and it'll upgrade still.
The nice thing about this setup, guys, is you shouldn't have to modify it all until Life 1000. It should be good to go until
Oh
you're
yeah,
there.
you won't be able to need. You won't be. You'll be able to rebirth at Life 1000, which is the most important part because you'll unlock many things at Life 1000. Well, comment down below, guys, if you want something else instead, because we are making a more modified setup that's probably gonna include all the exotics, and I think this would be Needle's main setup that he is gonna show us, right?
Yes.
Which makes a lot more than you actually need. Like, if you have all the stuff that he has right now, and he's only like S plus 134, you guys can rebirth probably to up to 2,000 to 3,000 in the next video we make. And
The
also,
thing is, it's also good for skips once you're high enough life.
oh
It's
yeah,
really good for skips. That's the thing
yeah,
it's great
since the
for.
third tech base is coming out, and you're gonna need life 10,000 plus, like I got a couple days ago, for the third sacrifice eventually, it's very good to get that. Like, when I started playing, it took me forever to get life skips. But then I learned. Well, I think that's about it for now. We'll see you guys in the next video.